readings, as always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. Each month I offer a special discount readings, so if you would like to know more about the special offer I'm giving for the month of November, just email me and I will gladly provide all the info required. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Gemini, I feel like there's a little bit of an energy here during this mid-month of like trouble in paradise. I feel like there are situations that some of you are trying to run smoothly and trying to compromise and trying to find some middle ground. For some of you, this is related with work or with partnerships, okay, teams, friendships, gatherings of people in your life where maybe you will see that it's harder to find compromise, or it's harder to find an agreement towards whichever towards which each party, let's say each person, wants to do. And there's a little bit of a contradictory, let's say, vibe here about opinions. I feel like there's a lot of opinionated energy, but not a lot of substance, and a lot of depth and a lot of thought well put into what's being said, or in the opinions that are being shown. And in the middle of this, of course, that you can be as well doing this, or you can be observing this, or you can be in the middle of this. It always depends on which Gemini you are and in the situation you are currently dealing with. But it's likely that during this mid-month, with the Five of Wands being the opportunity, that there's a little bit of a competitive vibe, in which you may be called to be a part of, or you may be called to go a little bit into battle to get your own way, or to get something that you also feel entitled of. I also feel like you may be trying to avoid going into battle or into conflict. First, because maybe you don't want to, of course, it's never a very pleasant energy, but also because you don't want to put at risk something that you and other people have been working on. I really feel like for some of you, this really applies about business partnerships or business associations, or if it's not business per se, it could be in school, in college. It could be your own co-workers, the people that work with you. It can be in several ways, but it has a little bit of a business tone to it, or more of a professional tone with it. And this is a challenge. The challenge is to cooperate. The challenge is to find the middle ground. The challenge is to produce. The challenge is to gather the best each one of you, whoever is involved, has to offer, and bring results to the table. There's lack of results. There's a lot of fire and combative energy, but there's lack of results. If this is not about you dealing with anybody else, if this is just you, it could be that you are feeling a little bit of turmoil during this time, wanting many things at the same time, but not really knowing how to materialize it, how to concretely, make it happen. Because maybe one day you want something and the next day you want another one, and it's a big mess. I also feel like your ego, it's a little bit here unfocused. There's ego battles going on between, again, things your ego wants, and things more of your wise, mature mind wants and says, or what your spiritual being is trying as well to make you understand. So there's lack of harmony within you, and this can cause friction. There's a little bit of, as well, irritation in the air. There may be a lot of childish, or more of a tendency to lash out with words or with criticism on something. Of course, this could be you as well doing this. You could be more critical, okay, more in this energy of pointing fingers. But it could also be that others are doing this to you and you are kind of being called again to stand up for yourself and show your case, present your case. Because if this is also talking about you in the middle of a lot of people, let's say battling against you or trying to somehow be an obstacle to what you're trying to do during this time, you may solve this by just not being afraid again to use your voice and your critical thinking in mature ways, okay, where you also point out, your opinions and your case again, especially if you are being like accused of something, or there's a little bit as well an accusatory energy. So you may be accused of something, or you may be accusing others of something, but there's a lack of, in the middle of all this, you did that, you didn't do that, etc. Nobody, or this seems to be that like there's no one here really trying to sit down and reflect deeply about what this is. Because possibly the challenge being here, the Three of Pentacles, is that actually there's ways to make it work, whatever this is. There's ways to harmonize the team and make it work and bring results, and use each different traits and opinions and views to actually creatively inspire whichever this work or task or project is about. But there needs to be like more of a mature energy towards how things are being said and presented. So it's not so because what I feel is like in the middle of all of this, you're going through, all people involved or all energies involved are like taking things too personally, when it may be really about just business or just about things that we shouldn't take personally when dealing with work, or when dealing with a healthy, constructive criticism. So this is mainly what I feel. And it's funny because for the majority of signs I have read so far, there's big questions here about how we are using the power of our voice, the power of words. There's a lot of tendencies for the majority of signs to go into quarrels and arguments and differences of opinions and things like this. And it's funny to see this again here with Gemini. And I feel as well that being the advice, the Page of Swords, use your amazing intellectual, awareness, and that capacity you have to be alert, to really understand what's going on around you, to know when to do something, to know when to say something, and to know when to retreat of something that it's not worth your time and energy. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.